Everyone, my name is Dr. Monu and I'm back with a new video. Today I'm going to explain about how do I take notes and how this is going to be a combination of both my lecture notes and my textbook notes. There are different techniques on how to take notes and I have found mine over the course of my med school. So I'm going to share some of the tips with you that have helped me to take efficient and clean notes, and I hope they can help you too. The video is going to be in two parts. In the first half, I'll talk about how I wrote my notes from coaching for FMG preparation, and I'll give you an example of textbook as well, and then how I converted my handwritten notes into the one-liners that I used during my last preparation month. The second half of the video, I'll talk about how to write questions from MCQs or how to take notes from the MCQ book. So for the first half, I'm going to take example of psychiatry subject here. I'm really sorry, I thought I'll make this video with some other important subject or like major subject like gyna, surgery or internal medicine. But I already gave my notes to my friends who are preparing for FMG right now. So this just you are going to be the subject with me here. Focus on what I'm trying to convey from this video instead of focusing on the subject. These are my FMG coaching notes, the prep ladder notes. I wrote word to word whatever teacher was teaching during my coaching classes, and these are I guess 15-20 pages of psychiatry. So I'll start with the first topic here, which is major differences between organic disorder and functional disorder. Now one way you can write notes is you write down the word organic disorders and then you write everything in paragraph, then you turn on to the next paragraph, you write about functional disorders, which is not the right way to do it. Always try to differentiate things. You should always have this thing in mind to do differential diagnosis between any disorders in any subject. I'm giving you an example of psychiatry here. It gets even easier for subjects like pathology, internal medicine or gyna, where you have two similar conditions and you need to distinguish between them. So here in the organic disorder, I made points like onset, age, CT, MRI, and then I differentiated. The organic one is acute in onset, the functional one is chronic. The organic one is more commonly in elderly people and the functional one is in young people. For the organic one, they are visible on the radiological images. Functional, they are not. So this way it gets very easy to memorize things. Second thing, a lot of people ask me if we should really write down notes and waste our time writing so many things. The thing is, whenever you write your notes by yourself, you get a photographic memory. By photographic memory, I mean is when I was sitting for the examination, I knew where I have written down my organic disorders, where I have written down my functional disorders. I revised psychiatry like 2 times and I could remember everything. Like, okay, this thing is at that particular area on the page. So this is how photographic memory works, and things become way easier if you'll try to write down everything by your own hands as compared to memorize things from already printed notes in the market. The second example here I'm going to give is of psychosis and neurosis. In the psychosis, again I have distinguished between both of these conditions. In the psychosis, insight is absent. In the neurosis, it's present. Delusions are present in psychosis, absent in neurosis. So you see, it becomes very easy. The another way that people often use are they'll just do the psychosis and then they'll cram insight is absent, delusion is present, judgment is impaired, and then they'll turn on to neurosis. But I think this is a better way and you can memorize things easily this way. Organic disorder is of 8 types, like 7 to 8 types, different disorders. The first one is dementia. Then I've written down everything that my teacher taught during the coaching classes, and then I have highlighted something here. In the dementia, there is no impairment of consciousness. I've written down MCQ here because teacher told me this was a MCQ in the previous years. And then I have highlighted it. The purpose of highlighting this point was this is an exception. In all the organic disorders, there is impairment of consciousness except dementia. So I've highlighted this point here. And then I'll tell you how did I convert this one page of my handwritten notes of FMG into the one-liners. Now this is, I think, the best resource that you could use. You're not going to go through your 15, 20 or 60 pages of notes 1 month before the preparation. So the important thing here is to convert your 20-30 pages into maximum of let's say 5 pages. My psychiatry is I guess 20 pages, like the regular notes of prep ladder are 20 pages, and then I have converted them into 3 pages of psychiatry. I'll show you, wait. This is the psychiatry. of 3 pages, okay, 6 pages if you see front and back. And this was the thing that I read 1 month before my preparation. I did not go through my regular notes because you don't get enough time. So it is really important that you make your own one-liners. Although there are many books in the market that you could use, but once I wrote my regular notes and then I wrote this one-liners again, I think everything was clear to me. So as I said, I wrote about organic and functional here. The first point in psychiatry in the one-liners is organic disorder. I wrote important things that I need to remember, like visual hallucinations are present and there is loss of consciousness. Then I wrote down examples here that I told 7 to 8 examples. And then you'll see I have circled the dementia word. Why did I circle it here is because I have highlighted this in my regular notes. This is an exception, and FMG examination is, most of the FMG examination is about exception questions. So there is no impairment of consciousness. I did not write the word here, but I do remember the point. So I just circled it so that whenever I'll be going through these notes, I'll remember dementia is an exception. The next thing is, I've highlighted some points in my one-liners also. The first step was I wrote my regular notes, then I converted them to my one-liners, and then when I was reading my one-liners, the highlighted ones are the one that I was unable to remember in the first go or the second go. So I've highlighted everything that I thought could come in the examination or that it could cause confusion while I'll be writing examination. So I've just written very important points here. All the disorders, a maximum of 1 line is written for them. For example, whenever you hear the word sundowning phenomenon in psychiatry, your mind should always go for the delirium one. So I've written down keywords here, like slow wave is present in ECG, absent in these 2 conditions. In the Korsakoff or BNCD, there is anterograde amnesia. Now in the Korsakoff syndrome and benzodiazepines, they causes anterograde amnesia, whereas all other disorders that you'll talk about either don't cause amnesia or they have retrograde amnesia. So I've written down things that will differentiate this disease from other part of the disorders. So this is how I made one-liners. And another very important point here is I have marked a few points, like I think in 1 page once with the red marker here. These are the questions that are very important, and I need to remember, like this was the thing that I read a week before the exam, just the marked question, like the star marked question. So this is how I prepared my psychiatry one-liners. I've already uploaded these notes, both the regular notes and the one-liners, on my Telegram, so that it would give you an idea on how to make notes. So as I told, my psychiatry was 3 pages. I don't have any other subject to give you an example of, but here I have my one-liners of obs and gyna. These two topics are one of the most important ones in obs and gyna. So what I did was I converted my regular 5-6 pages into 1 page. For example, for the fistula, I wrote down everything important that could come in the examination. For example, test to check fistula, I wrote the name. Most common cause, MCC stands for most common cause, so I wrote obstructed label. Then this one paragraph was very important for the exam. Different surgery named according to the condition. So I've written down everything in just how many lines? 6-7 lines. Although when you are reading this in your regular classes, this is at least a topic of 5 to 6 pages. So you should always write down your one-liners, no matter for which exam you are preparing. I also have my notes for USMLE. I'll show you that in another video. I have written down high yield obs and gyna. These were the one-liners that I made from my regular classes. For example, all the important questions that teacher told could come in the examination, I've written it down in the one-liner. This way it becomes very easy for you to revise things. Then I'll try to give you an example. Wait. Okay. As you can see, I've written down miscellaneous here, although the spelling is wrong. Ignore that. I've written down 14 points. These were the questions that I marked from my MCQ book. This is a very important point as well. The previous notes, the previous one-liners that I showed you were from my regular notes, and this miscellaneous points are the one that I marked wrong during my MCQ preparation. I'll show you an example of MCQ also here. So this is the book that I'm going to take today, Kamal KV book. FMG book by Dr. Kamal KV. I have already given a review about this book on my Instagram in detail on the IGTV. So if you wish to know more about the book, you can go and check it out. Now I'll explain you how to take notes from your MCQ points. Although the subject is different here, pediatrics. What I did was I bought this book. I finished my pediatrics from my regular notes. Then I did my MCQs and marked everything with pencil. The one purpose of marking it with pencil was so that if I wish to revise this subject again, if I wish to do MCQs again, I could erase these answers and then I can solve it again. But I did not get enough time. So this is why everything is marked here. Then I've written down some points in highlighted red mark with red pen. These are the numbers that I needed to remember. Now when you are preparing for FMG exam, there are a lot of numbers in pediatrics, in PSM. So it is not possible, it is not feasible to remember all the numbers. So also make another page, like 1 or 2 page for all the numbers that are there in the 19 subjects. This way it will become very easy. Now I solved my MCQs and then I highlighted some of the questions with the marker. The purpose of this was to distinguish the questions that I marked wrong in my first go. This was the question that I marked wrong, or I did not know about this question. So what I did was I highlighted it. The one purpose of doing it was, if I'm going to revise these MCQs again, I'm not going to solve everything, I'll just look for these questions. But I was really short of time, so I changed my strategy. And what I did was, all the questions that I did wrong from the MCQ book, I wrote it down in my one-liner. Like I made a separate page and I wrote my MCQs. This is for the Gyna, the example is of Gyna. These were the 14 questions that I marked wrong, or these were the questions that were not included in my notes. Like the teacher did not taught about this questions, and I wrote it down from the MCQs. So how I wrote this was, motor reflex starts disappearing from 3 months. I'll just write this statement on my notes, and here are the questions that I marked wrong, or the things that I need to revise again and again. So you should find your own strategy. Anything could work for you. This was my way of doing my FMG preparation, and I hope it helped you. I made really short notes, like all the one-liners are maximum of like 5 to 6 pages. Like surgery and obs and gyna are one of the major subjects, but I covered my obs and gyna and surgery in like 5 to 6 pages of one-liners. Just wrote down everything important that I needed to learn. I'll try to give you another example here of another subject if I can. Hold on. Okay, I have made some diagrams also here. If you have already studied obs and gyna, you would know fibroids is one of the most important topics for FMG in gyna. Now I could not write everything about fibroids in my one-liners because these are the short notes. I don't need to write every single word here. So what I did was, I just made the uterus and I wrote 1, 2, 3. Now if you have studied this topic, you would understand what this 1, 2 and 3 means. These are the type of fibroids based on the location. If they are present between the layers, this is first one. If they are present inside the inner layer, second one. If they are present outside the outer layer, this is the third one. So you can make small diagrams also if you wish to. Then okay, the PSM part. PSM, also known as community medicine or social medicine in Ukraine. I have also made notes about this one. This is one topic. It is not so important for FMG, but I was not able to learn this, so I just made one-liners, like health planning committee. Instead of going through your regular pages, which is about 5 to 6 for this one single paragraph, I wrote down everything important that was supposed to be there. For the Bore community, they gave the concept of PHC, school health and social physician practice. So I wrote the keywords here in my one-liners. And hold on, let me see if I could give you another example here. Okay, this is one method, this is one strategy that could work for PSM and microbiology. Microbiology is really good. You can write down every methods and test. Now this is an example of PSM. I wrote all the tests from, like PSM is at least 150 pages. So I went through the 150 pages and I wrote every methods that were there in the notes. And this way I just have one page for the methods or the tests that are in PSM. I'm not going to get confused if someone asks me kata thermometer is for which like why do we use kata thermometer. I've just written down everything on one page. I'm not going to get confused between 2 or 3 methods. The next page again is about formulas of PSM. Now there are a lot of formulas in the PSM and I've just written down everything on one page. This way you don't get confused and you have everything on just one page. Then about the number part that I was talking, I've written down all the important numbers that I needed to learn from PSM on one page, so that I don't get confused with the notes. Alright, Gyna I already told you about. Okay, next thing is derma. In the derma, there are a lot of drug of choice. This I did for all the subjects. There was one separate like half page for drug of choice from each subject. Drug of choice for all the conditions in derma, so that I don't mix up the drugs. Then again the differentiation thing. Psoriasis and pemphigus are really important topics of derma. So I made sure I wrote them down on one big page. It was not possible to make exact one-liners from this topic, so I just made a table. Then PG I told. Okay, derma. There are a lot of appearances that you will find when you're preparing your dermatology notes. So the best thing to do is to write all the appearances on one page. So if spaghetti meatball appearance, pityriasis versicolor. Now these notes were hard to make. Like I took around 1 day per subject because I needed to go through all the regular notes and then check all the appearances that were there. But if you could get this from some of your friends, it's the best. If not, you should make them on your own and try to practice as much as you can from these one-liners. So I think this is how your notes should be. About the regular classes or the regular textbook, a little more in detail. Hold on. I'll give you a better example here from psychiatry only. See, most of my notes will be like this. Differentiation between two disorders. Here we have talked about cortical and subcortical, one of the most important topics of psychiatry. And when I wrote this down for the first time, I was not able to memorize everything what was written where, but the highlighted ones, it was easy for me to memorize these things. So I hope in a way or some this video was helpful to you. If possible, I'll give you an example from biochemistry as well. You can use as many pens as you want, as many highlighters as you want, whatever works for you, just write it down. I'll give you an example of I'm waiting for amino acids. Wait. Okay, the protein or amino acid. Now I was not able to make notes of biochemistry really well because the teacher was teaching at a fast pace in the coaching classes and I just tried to scribble everything. So I have written down amino acid in our body are 20, in nature more than 300. This is an important MCQ, the 21st amino acid and 22nd amino acid. Then I have written down about aliphatic group and aromatic group, acidic group and amino acid of acidic groups. Then I wrote my notes with one pen, like either blue or either black, and then the important one or the MCQ points were highlighted with the red pen, so that I would this would become highlighted. Then all the cycles were made in this way. I think you got a slight idea. Okay, for this one, I have uploaded this on Instagram and Telegram both. All the important questions that were there. Rate limiting enzyme, you can make one page for just the rate limiting enzyme of all the cycles that are there in the biochemistry. Of course, you can get these tables already in the printed books, but trust me, the way that you're going to write down your notes and then if you try to memorize it from your note, the things become very easy. So this is all for this video. I hope it gave you a slight idea at least. So thank you so much for watching the video. Please watch, share and subscribe to the channel.